What's going on, guys? It's me, unmotivated, back for another video. That's right. Sorry it's taken a while to not upload a video. I'm sorry. This video has been daunting for me. It's our first extinct animal video, and I've been a little intimidated by it. I don't really know why. It's kind of, I don't know. I've been lazy, either way. No matter what, I've been lazy. I'm a lazy guy. So I am sorry. But anyway, we're talking about the Direwolf today. You know the Direwolf because it's big in the news right now, or like a week ago. The Direwolf. It's back alive. Direwolf is back alive, guy. We're going to be talking about what we know of it. And how it died. Forever. That's right. It died forever. Because it's not back. It's not back. It's still dead. Okay? And we'll talk about that later. But, either way, we're talking about the direwolf. Scientific name for these bad boys is Aeocyon dirus. I said that perfectly. I said it perfectly. And you cannot correct me on that. But that also translates to terrible wolf, which makes sense because they are dead and they didn't live because they're terrible at being wolves. That's a knee slapper, baby. Woo! I'm on fire. I made the doorbell ring by screaming. Vocals. So these guys were actually named in 1858. 1858. But they're actually discovered in 1854. So it took them 4 years to come up with the name Direwolf. These guys are in the Canis family, which includes multiple different species. Wolves, dogs, coyotes, and golden jackals, apparently. Gotta get specific with the golden. But these guys are distinguished by their medium to large size. And also their skulls are very big and very developed. And as we'll learn about the direwolves, these guys were very big-headed. They lived around 10,000 years ago. Which is crazy, because, like, I could have swore that was yesterday, dude. Warning! Warning! I have misinformation to clear. They are not related to the gray wolf. They are related to the modern jackal. So that's pretty cool. On to anatomy. This video is a bit different in a lot of ways in general. But given that we didn't get to see these guys alive, because, yeah, we don't really know, what they, at least I couldn't find, like what they were like in their day-to-day life. Like how we know what wolves do nowadays. We don't know. At least I couldn't find it. I don't know. I couldn't find what a dire wolf did day to day, or how they breeded, or whatever. Couldn't find it. It would make sense that we don't know that information because we weren't with them. So, just a disclaimer. It'll be a little bit different. It won't be as detailed. But given that they are not related to the gray wolf, they are similar size to the gray wolf, Yukon wolf, and the northwestern wolf. So, not related, but what the hell are they doing? Hey, how you doing? Both of you. I'm recording a video. What's she looking at? So, not related, but inspired by the gray wolf. They weighed about 132 pounds. So, I don't. That's not a lot. I feel like I don't know. I don't know. I can lift 132 pounds, no problem. There's no issue for me. Do you see this? I'm freaking strong, okay? So I can't tell if that's a small animal or if that's a big animal because I'm so strong. I have so much muscle. And they're about 4 foot long. Now that is short. I'll give them that. That is short. But we love short kings and queens, dead or alive. Now onto their skulls. Very similar to the modern wolf, except they were thicker and broader to accommodate its powerful jaw. Why does it need a strong jaw? Also, its bite power, strongest of any canine known. Blah 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 blah. Whoa. They have the strongest bite out of any known canine species. Or canis species, sorry. That's wild. How were they dead? Well, we'll get to that. Where did these guys live when they were not dead? They were native to the Americas in the late Pleistocene era. Did I say that right? I feel like the dinosaur people are going to be mad at me. Probably. That's okay. Which is about 1.8 million to 10,000 years ago. As well as the early Holocene epoch, which is from like 10,000 years ago to now. We're still technically in that, I'm pretty sure, from what I gathered. See, when I go into these videos, I'm going to look up the animals, and I looked up what the epoch is. I'm pretty sure I don't know. I looked up what the epoch is, and it said then to now. I'm not an expert in anything in general. So if I get things wrong, I'm sorry. Especially if it's not about the animal. If it's about time periods, no clue. But I do have interest in animals, which the time period is part of the animal. I don't care. I'm not going to do a separate study on the epoch era just to make sure that I am correct in this one particular instance. I'm not doing it. This is a tangent. They lived in the plains, the grasslands, and some forested mountains in North America, as well as the arid savanna in South America. Their fossils have also been found in Venezuela, Peru, and Bolivia. So, what the hell is going on? What are they doing? Anywhoosy, what's its diet? What do these bad boys eat? Well, they preyed on the late Pleistocene. Did I say that right? I don't know. The Pleistocene mega herbivores, which included the western horse, dwarf pronghorn, ground sloths, ancient bison, and camels. So that's pretty rad. They weren't hunters like the saber-toothed cat was, but they were scavengers, which more in line goes with like a hyena, and also their fossil and like these guys' dental records showed that they most likely chewed on bones, which goes into the eating from carcasses claim. So these guys are bone munchers. Time to talk about extinction. These guys went extinct during the Quaternary extinction event, which is when the big mega herbivores that we spoke about earlier, they all died. So yeah, they all died, and that was not good for this wolf. Along with climate change and competition with other animals, which was also the gray wolf. So there you go. So yeah, 90 genera, which is plural for genus, by the way. 90 genera of animals that weighed over 97 pounds went extinct in this event. So they lost 90 possible food selections. So that's bad. So hunger, competition, and climate change, that all had big impacts on what happens to these wolves. Along with the gray wolf and the coyote, which were their big competitors of the time, they were able to survive more effectively because they were able to hybridize with other canids, whatever, other dogs and other canine animals. They were able to crossbreed essentially with them to get traits to help them fight against disease and other stuff that evolutionarily they needed to survive. Direwolves could not do that, so that's why we have gray wolves and coyotes nowadays, but we don't have direwolves. These guys just weren't built to, survive. They weren't built to be able to handle like the global change of animals dying off, plants dying off, climate change, all of that. They weren't built for that. Whereas gray wolves and coyotes were able to, piggyback off of that and keep going. So these wolves a lot of them have been found in the tar pits down in LA, which is crazy. I thought the tar pits were fake. I don't know. There was one movie I watched with tar pits in them, and it was pretty trauma. I think it might have been Ice Age. Now that I'm thinking about it, I think it was Ice Age. I didn't think that they still existed. Do they still exist? I don't really know. I haven't looked into the tar pits. But they're mostly found in, a lot of them have been found in the tar pits. And their bones indicate inbred features that you would find on dogs nowadays, which makes sense. When a species is going extinct, or even when they're not going extinct, cheetahs did this. They bottlenecked, which just kind of means that their genetic distinctions, their genetic diversity is minimal at best. So instead of having, a widespread of direwolves that could be bred, one pack could breed with another pack, and that pack can breed with another pack, and then blah, 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 diversity and genetics. Well, in an extinction event, they're going to bottleneck because there's not as many left. And so when they're breeding with their family members. They're getting inbred. Cheetahs are doing the same thing. There is no genetic diversity in cheetahs, and they're very inbred. So that's what happened, and they went extinct. Obviously, it sucks, but we had no involvement in this. Do we still suck? Do humans still suck? Absolutely. There's no doubt about that. But we didn't have any hand in these guys going extinct. What we do have a hand in is misinformation, and I am sick of it. So, I didn't know this, but there's actually been multiple attempts to bring the direwolves back. That is Luna. That is not a direwolf. That's a cat. So actually, in 1988 was the first attempt to bring back the direwolf, called the Direwolf Project. Naturally, because why couldn't you make anything creative? They aim to bring back the direwolves by backbreeding, which is you basically de-evolve an animal. And it's mainly done in livestock and cattle. Backbreeding, people take animals that have similar characteristics and traits to an extinct animal. They pick that one, grab another one that has the same kind of distinctions, put them together, make another baby, wash and repeat until we get back to the old animal. Doesn't really work with other animals besides cattle. I don't even know what the success rate in cattle is, but it does not work. So that, big flop, big fail, stinky. But we're on to recently. The direwolf is back from the dead! He is risen! No. Actually, he's not. Not at all. It's not a direwolf. It's a gray wolf. It's a genetically mutated gray wolf. Not a direwolf. They took traits. They took DNA from a direwolf that we've collected and recreated it into a gray wolf embryo or whatever. Not a direwolf. That is a gray wolf with direwolf characteristics, not a direwolf. And all these people being like, "Oh, the direwolf's back. Direwolf before GTA 6." No. Did not happen. It is not a new animal. It is a gray wolf. Direwolves are dead. They should not come back. Same with the woolly mammoth. Shouldn't come back. The woolly mouse thing, cool. Not any closer to making a woolly mammoth. They're going to take an Asian elephant, give it long hair, and be like, boom! Woolly mammoth. No. That's just a hairy Asian elephant. No. How about, and this is a message to the people that are trying to bring back these animals. How about we use that money and instead of trying to bring back animals that are dead for a reason, environmentally, survival instinct, survival wise, ethically, how about we stop bringing them back and focus on the animals that we still have? I don't give a rat's about a direwolf and a woolly mammoth being brought back to life and not being able to live the way it should in a different environment, because their environment is gone. Their environment woolly mammoths lived in is gone. It doesn't exist anymore. To bring it back is not going to be good for that animal. Same with the direwolves. How about instead of doing all of that extra bullshit, we focus on the animals that we have? Black-footed ferrets are so close to extinction, and there's so much pitting against them. How about we help them? I know there's a lot of people helping animals. I know that. I am aware. I don't care. Stop trying to bring back dead animals. They're dead for a reason. We got alive ones right now. That's the crazy thing. See that? That's an alive animal. That's not this thing didn't die 10,000 years ago. This thing did. We don't need this. We need this. So stop. That's all I ask. No more. Let's just cut it out. Okay? Tangent over. Let's talk about fun facts. Fun facts. So yeah, the largest collection of these guys as fossils was found in the Rancho La Brea pits in LA. So that's cool. They've also been found in China, suggesting that they used the Bering Land Bridge. So that's pretty sick. And that's all I have. Stop trying to bring them back. They're dead. Just leave it at that. It's like dancing on their graves. Okay? We don't need to do this. Let it be. It's not a dire wolf. It's a gray wolf with weird fur. Okay? Just stop. Just knock it off. Focus on the animals that we have. Am I mad at the dire wolf for this? No. I'm mad at the people. But if you guys enjoyed this video, drop a like, comment down below what animal I should talk about next. subscribe for the next video. It won't be 3 weeks this time. I'm not keeping that as a promise, but I don't think it'll be 3 weeks before I make another video. But I will see you guys in the next video. Have a good day!